Hey guys, it's your boy, the Golden Crypto, and back with another video. Keep in mind, nothing I say is financial advice, but it might just be life-changing advice, if you know what I mean. Hey, if you guys make it big enough, you never know, especially if you got this gem here, HBAR. So, because I've got a confession to make, I've always wanted to be someone who does all my videos in one take only. It's about midnight here. So, for background, I work in an investment bank. I'm the head of finance risk. Have been for sort of the last kind of 5, 6 years in this current position. So I just got back from work and I figured, let me make a video on HBAR. But in my kind of half sleep deprived state, I've ended up somehow corrupting the first half of this recording, so I only had half my recording left. So I'm having to re-record this first section, and you'll kind of notice at some point when I talk about the ISO 20022 stuff that it sort of stitches together. But hey, that's just me being honest. I think one thing that I always want to be on this channel is sort of a genuine voice. I've been in the crypto space for over 15 years. I mean, I actually used to mine Bitcoin very back in the early days. Back on, if for you, those of you that know, like, remember the Pentium 4 PCs? So those ones with sort of big power blocks in the back and the fans that were whirring all night. So old school boy here, that's been around the block, versus a lot of these new age YouTubers who look like they haven't really even hit puberty yet, and yet claiming to know how to make millions and giving crazy projections that you're going to buy fart coin or I don't know, Pepe coin and become a millionaire. Like, no, it's not what I'm here to do. I'm not going to be as exciting as those YouTubers because I'm trying to give you solid foundational advice. In really, I just want it to kind of become a HBAR centric account, and then I might talk about some of the other big blue chips that I truly believe in. But I want to shift away from talking about coins that might make it, or this is a good potential buy, but it could go to nothing. Like, I only want to talk about the ones where if you're to buy it today and hold it for 5 years, doesn't matter what you do, what the market does, you will make money. It's just a matter of when. So no easy returns, but what I can say here is a bloody easy opportunity to buy at 9, 10 cents. So absolutely great opportunity to buy. If we look at a 1 year chart, I mean, realistically, we're down about 40%, kind of 40 to 50% from its kind of 1 year regional high, about 30 cents. So crazy time, crazy opportunity to get involved in the market. Right now, you can see, retail sentiment might be very bearish. So that's the big retail players, but kind of everyday small low cap market players like me, like you, that we form a decent amount of buy-in equity when we all pull together, are pretty bullish. And you'll sort of see that when we go through what the ETF fund flows are doing. But in general, HBAR has big potential, big potential. And right now, it is a buying opportunity of a lifetime. That's what I keep saying. Obviously, don't make any stupid financial decisions. Only invest what you really feel comfortable to invest. But even if you bought, I would say realistically at this price range, is 1,000 coins enough? No. I mean, 1,000 coins is not going to, it's not going to give you life changing money, as they say. Even if you bought, look, 10,000 coins at 10 cents, it's only $1,000. Like that, I think if you had 10,000 coins, held up for 3 to 5 years, you'd be good to go. I mean, you can even stake HBAR as well, so why not earn a bit of APR? Why not? But yeah, one of the big things of why I like HBAR is that it's ISO 20022 compliant. So what this sort of means is that essentially, and why it excites me actually, is because it's using international payment systems like the SWIFT, or also ISO 20022 compliant. And obviously, I spend a lot of time on Reuters, on Bloomberg terminals, on ICE terminals, because at the sort of a day job. So this, what it means and what the Swift network does and what this regulation aims to do is essentially make everything standardized, right? So let's think of an example, unrelated, but just a basic thing. You go on Airbnb, you go on holiday, and you are renting accommodation from in Japan. You speak English and you message the person, oh, hello, how are you, blah, blah, blah. Airbnb automatically translates it into a standardized common language, right? So they will translate, so konnichiwa, blah, blah, blah. So you get the idea, right? Like it takes all of these different institutions, the way that they start to upload data objects and languages and files and whatever different sort of metadata they upload, and it just puts it into one standardized language. One, I mean, it's a regulatory thing, right? Like you want to be able to audit what these different institutions are doing, so you need it to be in one, as we say, one tradable product. But what does this mean for HBAR and a lot of the other players up here? Well, it really means that there is big opportunity for a lot of these old school red brick institutions, as we call them, to adopt players like HBAR because there's very little tweaking or modifications that would be needed for the ecosystem in order to plug into old institutional kind of ways of working. So, I mean, initially you had all these people, like the that was say always anti crypto. I mean, you had J.P. Morgan, BlackRock. Never touch that stuff. Never do that. But now you look at people like Michael Saylor. He's buying billions of Bitcoin a day. You got people, the Saudis, people in UAE, they're stockpiling their reserves. Like everybody's sort of transitioning. All these big institutions that were pretending to hate crypto and blockchain are now slowly. I mean, not even slowly anymore, right? They're openly buying and selling and shorting and longing and leveraging and ETFs. So it's only a matter of time before they start trying to actually stop almost trading on the spot and forward markets and start actually utilizing what a lot of these coins are actually made for. I mean, these aren't just, coins that we treat them as like, oh, they go up, they go down. Like, no, they actually have a purpose, a lot of them, unless you're talking about your Pepe coin, then yeah, it does crap all, right? But HBAR is one that actually has a real world purpose, right? To cheap transactional fees for a lot of institutions. You can see other big players. You've got XRP, that are ISO as well, 20022 compliant, Cardano, huge one, Stellar Lumens, I love as well. But yeah, HBAR here. So XRP is another great pick. But the only difference I'd say between XRP and HBAR, which I preference HBAR, is just the circulating supply on HBAR is about 43 billion out of 50 billion. XRP, half of them are locked, half the supply is locked in escrow by Ripple themselves. So the company which created the token actually controls a lot of the supply, which, I mean, yes, it's nothing dodgy, but it's just, I prefer the more decentralized, closer to decentralized model. And that's why I love sort of HBAR. What it's saying is really, you know, mindsets are changing, and it won't be long until actual day-to-day workings and how they utilize a lot of these blockchain technologies actually changes too. So if we look here as well, look, we can look at the ETF spot flows. So a lot of people look at it and be like, oh, large orders, like we've lost a 300k outflow. But if you look at it, they're pretty net, right? You might have lost 300k on large bulk orders, so that might be people like retail. Medium orders sort of equate it off, so it's pretty much net. But if you look at small orders, so that's your everyday people, that's people like me, that's people like you guys listening here today. This is where you can see the belief. Even the last day alone, like plus 3.49 million. You can see it's firmly sort of in the buy sentiment. So people, everyday people, sentiment in retail, okay, might be bearish. We know that. We know that when markets crash, retail have stop losses. They have KPIs to hit. They need to offload a lot of debt. But us, everyday working people going out there generating a living, we're bullish. We are bullish right now, and we know it. Even if the market goes down a little bit, we can hold. Right? We don't have shareholders that we've got to account to, board meetings. We haven't got to meet strict targets. That we can be in it for the long term. And that's how I always want everyone here to be thinking about HBAR. It's a long-term hold, but it has a lot of short-term upside. But don't expect to be a millionaire in a month, 2 months, 3 months. 1 year, 2 year, if you buy at this price at 9 cents, you will be laughing to the bank come a year or two's time. So I've got quite lucky at work, actually. I have quite a powerful AI model. So Copilot, but it's the GPT sort of 5.0 model. I think they pay sort of 20, $30 a month for it. But it means that actually I get quite good insight when you want to just really just see what's going on with some of these coins and just get a kind of market sentiment. So these base bull and bear cases, right? So these are kind of generated on like what's going on within the news itself. So of course they're always going to change depending on what market sentiment is doing. Right now, we're in general, you'd say overall everybody or the media is pretty bearish. So you would expect these to be quite low. But even if you look at a bear case scenario, I mean, 6 to 10 cents, right? We're at 9 cents now. So we're in the bear case scenario. So really, you only got really upside to go up now, right? So if 2026 becomes a risk on year, we can expect 28 to 45 cents. Base case is sort of taking the average, about 14 to 22 cents. So, I mean, let's be conservative here, right? Let's say we land somewhere in the middle. We go to, let's say, 35 cents, which isn't that hard to get back to. I mean, we were about 40 cents, weren't we? And I believe, I feel like it was in December-ish time when things kind of rallied up. I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember it kind of maybe at about 20 cent mark then. So when were we last in about the 30 cent region? Okay, so July we're in the 30 cent region. Let's just say, look, I want to be conservative as possible. I don't want to be giving guys too much hopium or anything like that. So let's say, look, November, which is 3 months ago, nothing, 20 cents if we round up. We're at 9 cents right now. Let's see, look. So if we say we're at 9 cents right now, roughly, if the market dropped tomorrow, we go to 20 cents. You're speaking 3 months' time. This is short term. What is that? 122% increase. So let's say, a standard person, what are you going to invest? Maybe 5K, let's say USD. If you just do that, 122%, what are you making already? I mean, that's $6,000 on your upside already. So you can see here, there's so much potential, really on the short and long term. And these aren't even accounting for real kind of blow off top bull side kind of trajectories like $1, $2. But like I said, those in my opinion, are about 3 to 5 years off those kind of levels. But why build now? What are you getting in the banks? You're getting maybe 2-3% per annum in your interest. Why not treat it a little bit like a cash ISA or something along those lines, and you can really see what you can kind of build in the next few years. I mean, of course, just put in what you can afford to lose. Never put in more than you can financially comfortably manage. But I just do want to stress that it is just a great entry point. I mean, look at this. Look at where we were. 2021. I always ignore 2021 because it's a bit of an outlier, right? Like market caps were relatively super low, so it meant a change in the dollar pushed a lot of these crypto prices up to very crazy all-time highs, and we didn't have retail investment. Then we had a kind of a quiet bear period for a number of years, but you can even see in this bear period, we're not. Sometimes it's hitting about 9 cents where we are now, and then we had a massive upside again to about 34 cents. So you can kind of see, even if you look at its full history, like just where we really are in terms of our opportunity, our buying opportunity to break up. But it's been, anyway, I mean, I'll call it there because I think I've been rambling on. But I hope you've enjoyed. But it's been your boy, the Golden Crypto. And I hope to see you next time.